Hello, people who watch me and my friends in order to find out what you should buy when it comes to guitar gear or guitar-related gear. It's a special week for me. Well, it will be a special week for me in 3 weeks when this airs. Because right now I can't tell you about what I'm telling you now. Huh? Okay, so now it's 3 weeks from now for you. But for me, it's now. This is all very confusing. Gear Street is happening, and you might have heard about it in a few days. A lot of my friends from YouTube will, come to my place, literally. We'll be in my backyard, in my mom's backyard, in my brother's garage. We'll be filming videos right here, and in my living room, and in my neighbor's basement. And we'll be all over my street at an event called 42 Gear Street. More on that on all the channels and the teaser trailer and all that stuff. Point is, this is an event where YouTubers get together, where brands come, and this isn't hosted by any big brand. It is just us privately getting together to make videos and become friends. For you, so we can bring you really cool shit. I need to record a lot of audio. Bim! It goes over there. That's my Mac. And in here in the studio, I'm recording with the Universal Audio Apollo, as I always do, which is right now also recording my voice. Upstairs, the studio will be recorded on a big-ass, expensive PreSonus console with the SD card in it and all that. So we'll be recording the multi-track there. But I don't have all these multi-track systems. Something I use when I'm on the go, which I've used at Houston Kettner for SpiritCon 2, and when I was at Thomann for my Les Paul videos, many things. I take this, which is a very cool kind of box. And I'll tell you about this in a sec. And in it, I've got my Zoom F8. Now there's the F8N, which is a newer version. Probably N stands for newer, who knows? Which is cool, but apparently this has almost all the same features. And I've been using this pretty hardcore. I love it because it's all in one box. It can be battery powered, and I think right now it is. Little thumb screw. Come here. Bam. You can even buy a whole second one of these things to load up with batteries, so that you just have a second one to grab. But they last rather long. And of course, you can also power it with a power supply, which is included. It has 8 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Combo jacks. It has mini XLR, 2 XLR. There's actually included, see, mini XLR, 2 XLR. Outputs. Bluetooth enabled with software on my iPad Pro, so I can control everything. There's a mini sub out, a headphone out. All the mixes can be individual mixes. For the headphones, can be different mix than on the XLR. This is a pretty pro audio interface, a recorder to 8 tracks. Now, really cool menu. I love the feel of everything. It's pretty solid. You can do it all from here. You can do it on the app, and you can also do it on the F8 control, which we're going to get to in a sec. Now, I think that the preamps in here are pretty decent. They're so decent that I don't mind using them at all. Of course, if you have higher end preamps, yeah, it's going to be a higher end signal. But do you really need that for talking into a shotgun mic for guitar video? Everything I've done on the go, pretty damn good. I recorded live bands with this. It's a great solid box, and you can get it in this, or you can get this case for it, which is great. And this case is meant for live audio, which means when you're in here, you can actually have, see, the cables hanging out left and right, and you can have this case with you. I know that Thomann recorded all their NAMM coverage with exactly this setup. Oh, good enough for them, good enough for me. Now, I have it with this. Looks like a dead cat. Which is an MS, a mid-side stereo mic. And it's pretty damn cool because I actually had this hanging into a piano once. I mic'd it with two microphones, but I also had this directly attached to it. So on this recorder, it can also be used as a field recorder with different mics from them. This is the, it is the SSH6. And that's the mid-side one. And they're also sending me the, I think, SGH6, which is a standard shotgun. Now, the way this works is... Oh. It actually clicks directly onto this. So you mount this with a 1/4-inch mount on something, you can actually point this and have mid-side operation. Is this a mind-blowing mic? No, it's a pretty damn decent mic, and it totally does the job. And to get it off, you have level right on here. This is a pretty cool solution. I actually recorded when I was at Sennheiser, and it's not Sennheiser, why am I saying Sennheiser? When I was at Hughes & Kettner, I recorded the room sound of these really, really loud speakers, which we were trying to show, with this. So, yeah. The other great thing about the F8 is, if you're only recording 4 channels, you can set up the other 4 channels to record a lower level version of what you're doing. So, for safety, you know, level this in, okay, that's just what I want, and then level this in well, a little bit lower, and you always have a safety track. So I really love my F8, and I have to say, before that, I tried different solutions. I tried a Tascam solution, and it absolutely messed up a whole week of interviews. I don't know if you've seen that video. It really bugged me, so I'm not going to go to Tascam for anything. The software messed up. After that, I spent the money, and I think it's 400 and something bucks. I got this Roland R26, which is good in some way. It's got 2 different mics on top. That's fine. And 2 XLR inputs. And I got this so that I can have a lav mic plugged in, have this in my back pocket. Sadly, every time I use this, almost every single time, I come home with levels that I don't like. I don't know why. You can lock it, and when you lock it, this shouldn't be affected, the level. But every time I'm like auto-leveling, setting it up, whatever, I come home and either I have almost no level, and then I gotta boost it and I get noise, or I have distorted levels. So I don't know if it's operator error or whatever. This is pretty cool with the touch screen in monochrome. Of course, battery-powered Thomann batteries. It's a pretty good recorder, but it just never served me right. So I don't trust it anymore, which is why I got the F8. But obviously the F8 I can't put in my pocket. Now the F8 is going to be in room number 3. Room number 1 in here with the Apollos, room number 2 with a PreSonus mixer recording directly multi-track to it. But I have a 3rd room, that's going to be the F8. Served me well at Hughes & Kettner SpiritCon. I'm going to have it here with the same setup. It's going to be great. I know I can trust it. I like the idea of having an extra control, because just going into the software, you don't have the right speed to react to things. So I asked Zoom, who will be part of 42 Gear Street, because they're supplying us with the gear I need, to send me the F8 control. And here it is. So if you have an F8 and you're using it pretty hardcore, I can only recommend getting this, saying without having ever actually worked with it. But this is kind of like having a hardware control. Let's look at it. Neat. Oh, it can be battery powered. That is neat. I mean, since the F8 can be battery powered. Nicely packaged. I mean, it's not dirt cheap. The F8 controller is $379 or something. Again, it doesn't do any sound. But this is nice. Metal. So 9 volt. A 9 volt 16 DC in. But does it come? It comes with batteries, but does it come with a power supply? We shall find out. Michelle find out? What? Who's Michelle? What does she find out? What is this? Ooh. 1/4 to 1/4. We'll find out what that's for. It does not come with a power supply. Okay. So either you have to use it, well, if you use a 9-volt, then you still need that adapter. We shall inquire about that. We shall find out. Not me shall, we shall. USB. And this, I think the USB is to connect it to the F8. Keyboard? Keyboard? Like a computer keyboard? I have no idea. And then USB out to keyboard and USB out to F-Series. So to the actual F8. We'll find out about this. From F-Series headphones. So what this does is headphone out from the F8, so you can actually put that somewhere else. And it goes in here. That's with actually very nice cable. And then you can plug directly in here like a console. Volume. And we have scenes and track name. Ooh, trim and pan and output. And you can actually level right here, which is pretty damn good. You've got little faders. They're, of course, not moving faders. But pretty much the things you can do on the front panel. That is not menu. Whoa. And everything just, instead of being on the F8, you have this right here on the table. Just a little bit easier to navigate. You have a more visual of what's going on there. I think this will serve us well to get to what we need to do quite a bit quicker. So thank you, Zoom, for the F8 control, or the F control. I'm going to put this all together now. I'll be with you. I think if you're someone who uses the F8 or F8N on a regular basis, that's probably something good to have because it's very small and mobile. And it gives you kind of the feeling of having hands-on control because you probably have, more hands-on control. I will also have a whole amp setup in the basement, under Leslie's house, in my old grandma's basement. Yes, I'm not shitting you. Is that the bill? So I need a setup there to record a shotgun mic, a DI sound from a Cab M from 2 Notes, and a mic, an MTP 440 from Lewitt for the cab. So I need 3 channels to record. And then for around the event, we'll have Ortega guitars, Lewitt mics. We have all these things that will happen in the backyard. And if people want to record themselves quickly and easily, just sitting like on a bench somewhere jamming, what are we going to do? So we have 3H6, which is a pretty cool little recorder. And I know a couple people that swear by this. I know Phil from Thomann swears by the H6, records a lot of stuff with it. It is, ooh, look at this. That is nice. It is obviously quite a bit smaller than the F8. Look at this. Comes in a carrying case, and look how small that is. You could throw that in your camera bag without a problem. This is extreme. That's an extremely nice setup. So look how small that is. That's, of course, different weight, different size than the F8. It has 4 mic inputs, but it records, that's where the 6 comes from, 6 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this mic is extra, whereas on the F8 it blocks channels 1 and 2. So look at this. Batteries included. Very nice. Should we put them in there? Bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. I like it. Little rubber feet. We have a 1/4-inch thread there so that you can mount this to, well, any kind of camera thread. There's pads. You have actual dials, not software levels. Can be powered with 5-volt DC. So literally any phone charger can power this, which is why there's no charger included, which makes sense because you have this nifty USB cable to power it with any kind of phone charger. That makes it very movable. On the F8, you've got 2 SD card slots, so you can determine whether that's just the double of what you're recording, which is a good idea, whether that's different tracks or just the master or something like this. Here you got 1, which is fine. As long as it works, it's fine. Volume buttons and a hold. Hold is very important so that once it's all set, it just works. I truly hope that the hold also applies to the level, because if you put this in your pocket, this is where level goes wrong. So here, very cool, you can see the 4 buttons for the mics and then left, right. So you can quickly click, 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 determine what you're recording. So that's actually very straightforward. And how do I turn this on? Here we go. You have a color screen showing you everything you need to see, including, oh, English. I want English. Yes, how do I? This is a joystick. Okay, I had to put in all the information. Now there's the mixer. Pretty cool. You'll see the levels. It is definitely not easier, but a simpler device than the F8, but it's really small. And as you can see, you have your choice of mic. So I can take that MS mic that I have and put it on here. Or, and that's the great thing, and I didn't know this, it comes with 2 other mics. They're in the freaking box. So it comes with this stereo mic. Bam! And you have a traditional stereo mic-y thing. If I turn that on, left, right, here we go. Level, level, level. Oh, and I see levels. So yeah, I mean X, Y. And let's see, and I'm talking, and you should be able to see the levels jumping up and down there. Beautiful. That's pretty much how simple that is. And your level is right here on the mic. So if I don't want an XY, I don't know why I wouldn't want that, but if I don't, it comes with another option. And obviously you can buy the shotgun and all this. This is a MS stereo mic, similar to the shotgunny one that I showed you, just smaller. So we can try these all out during the event, and all of a sudden you got a mic that captures more of the ambience around itself. Mid-side, look it up, very cool. So yeah, that all comes with it. And you can put it all in this nifty case, which I will do and then show you. Also comes with this big-ass fluzzly puzzler. That's a word. And you click that on. And this is made for this. Bam. You know, protection and also the wind. So, I'll put that back in there. I like the case, because having all this stuff, I mean, how would you move it? You have to buy a case or... Oh wait, let's turn that off by holding this in. And turned off, goodbye. It says goodbye, isn't that nice? So look at that. It's all in here. Perfectly fitting for the mics. And this, protected for the fluzzly puzzler. Cable, you can even put batteries in here. Pretty much everything you want. Everything is safe. So that's the thing. If you take these little plastic things off, where do they go? Where do they go when you're somewhere? They go back in the case. You close up the case. And then you know what? Case closed. So this is killer. I will have 3 of these available at the event. That's actually wrong. I will have this in the basement installed for good. So a YouTuber simply has to come in, plug in their SD card, audio's handled, everything's set up. They just have to sit down, put their camera there, and all of a sudden we got video room number 4. And then we have another one for someone recording in the garden. And then we have another one for someone recording in the garden. Hey, it comes with Cubase LE and Reverb LE. SD memory card not included. Well, you don't need that, because come on, look at everything you're getting. And these things are really not expensive. They're actually cheaper than my Roland, and I have a feeling they offer more. They've got 4 mic inputs plus interchangeable mics, better little screen. The Roland's got touch screen, but I just never got out of the Roland what I hoped I would have. Now, well, we'll have an F8, F8 control, and we have 3 H6s. Thank you, Zoom. That's why you're awesome and why you're part of this event, which will hopefully be going down amazingly. For me, it's 5 weeks to go. For you now, it starts in a few days. And that's it. I'm gonna put links of these things links of these things underneath. I'm gonna put links of these things underneath. Thanks for watching. Animals at the end.
But that does not reflect the good ones who elected to do it just nice. There's something to be said for being kind to men. You break me only then you have no right. There's more than love at stake.